Yo, what up, y'all? It's Cherries and Bunions up in the house. Look here, this is another important tutorial on your animation journey. And in this tutorial, I'm gonna be breaking down three important aspects of the animation process. And the first one is gonna be dealing with the eyebrows, cause there's a lot of emotions that's expressed through the eyebrows. So if you could manipulate the eyebrows during your animation, that's gonna make your animation come alive. So you see me, I'm creating multiple different layers and positions of the eyebrows, and like right there's an angry position that I'm doing right here, as you can see. And each position I'm doing is like a separate layer, and each of those layers are gonna be in what's called the switch layer. In the switch layer, you could go from layer to layer, and it'll show one at a time. So you see how it went from a normal to angry, and then I duplicated it, and now I'm doing sad. So you could go from angry to sad to normal, different eyebrow positions. This is very important because it's gonna make your characters not look flat when they talking or animating. Like it's gonna show different emotions because a lot of the emotions are in the eyebrows. See, right now I'm doing a suspicious type style, so he looking at you like you suspect right there, and I'm just adding on some forehead lines and with the eyebrows. So now you see I got four different eyebrow positions, and all of them are going to be grouped in what's called a switch layer. And that's like frame by frame. You could switch from one position to a next. Right there, he's surprised. That's showing a surprise position eyebrow. And remember, this is important. You always gonna wanna animate the eyebrows when your character is talking or showing different emotions. A lot of the emotions are in the eyebrows. So remember that when you animate, and that's important. That's like a real simple thing that could enhance your animation. And also right here, the second thing is the eyelids. So if you want your character to blink, have their eyes wide open, have their eyes closed, have their eyes squinting. You do all that within the eyelids. It's a lot of emotion in the eyes. It's in the eyes, Chico, just like in Scarface. It's in the eyes. So remember that. And right now I'm showing y'all how to switch from different eye positions, like through the eyebrows and the eyelids. There's a lot going on with that. And then also the pupils. You can move the pupils around when the character's talking. Have the character looking directly at you, or looking up, or looking down. All that convey emotion. All that bring your animation to life. You see what I'm saying? So that's two of the things I'm showing you right here. And also, what's important in this tutorial right here is displaying the switch layers. You see in that panel I'm navigating through on the right side of the screen is the layers. The lower right side is the layers panel, and one of the layers is called a switch layer. Switch layer is similar to a group layer where you have different layers within the group, but the difference is with a switch layer, whatever layer is selected within the switch layer is going to be displayed, and only that layer will be displayed. So you could switch from different eyebrow positions or different eyelid positions. So the eyebrows would be in a switch layer and the eyelids would be in a switch layer. So those are two different switch layers, and you can manipulate them by just right clicking on the switch layer and selecting the layer that you want to display at any specific time on the timeline. And the timeline is going at the bottom of the screen. So you just put a position on the timeline where you want something to happen, and then you go right click on that switch layer and select which layer you want to display. So if you want them to be angry, you go to whatever time on the timeline and right click on the switch layer and choose the angry eyebrow layer position. And then this right here is, I know what all of y'all been waiting for, is showing how to do automatic lip syncing. Because obviously, if you're doing a lot of character animation, you want your character to talk. And animating talking, it could be real time consuming. But being that you know me, and we all good friends, I'm gonna show y'all how to speed up that process. Right now, I just went into the library and selected a mouth out the library that comes with the program, and I'm using that mouth as a reference to the different mouth positions. Each mouth position is called a phoneme. A phoneme is a different mouth position that represents a sound. So basically, when you talk, every time there's about 7 to 8 mouth positions that represent different sounds that's made, like the B, the E, the A, the L. And when the mouth is at rest. So right now I'm doing the mouth at rest right here, and I'm just using that mouth out the library as a reference to know what and what order the mouth positions go in. And when you do all the different mouth positions, you put them in a switch layer. Just like the eyebrows and the eyelids, you put those mouth positions in the switch layer. And if you want to do it manually to have your mouth positions move precisely, you can scrub on the timeline, and every time you say a different syllable, you could switch the mouth. But to make it easier, you could just import your voice file into the program, and there's a way to automatically sync the mouth positions with the sound file. And that's going to speed up your animation process tremendously, because you don't want to spend all day just animating the mouth for talking, because that could take forever. And I know some animators do it, but it's a long, tedious process. And if you working by yourself, that's really going to kill your vibe. And then I'm going to tell you another thing. If you look at a lot of animations on TV, like the Boondocks and a lot of those Asian anime, they mouth positions is not all 100% correct, because they speed up their process too. And as you can tell in the Boondocks and those Asian animes, they don't even use a bunch of different mouth positions. They just use like one or two and just go back and forth with those two positions. So once you can speed up the lip syncing aspect of animation, the rest of the animation, that's gonna take a big load off of your shoulder, because most of the most of your day could go just to animating the mouth while your character is talking, and you don't want that. And you want a shortcut to take care of that. So the beautiful thing about this program, which is Moho Pro, they have an automatic lip syncing feature, but you do have to draw all of the phoneme positions. But you could once you draw a couple of mouths, like female mouths, male mouths, you could transfer that file from you could transfer those mouths from file to file. So you don't have to keep doing them over and over again. And you could transfer from file to file, change the colors, make a couple of tweaks to fulfill whatever you trying to do in each file you making. Or you could even just use the mouths that come with the program, like the one I'm using as a reference. There's a bunch of mouths that come with the program that you could use, but I choose not to use those because they don't really sync with the my drawing style. But you could use those mouths that come with the program. And all you gotta do is import a sound file, or audio file I should say. Import an audio file and open up the switch layer and sync that audio file with the switch layer, and then you're gonna get automatic lip syncing, and you're gonna see me do that at the end of this video. Right there, don't pay attention to that. That's just the screen recording software. But you see right there, I got different mouth positions, and I'm gonna do a couple of more. So basically, between the eyebrows, the eyelids, and the mouth positions, you're gonna cover a lot of ground in your animation journey. You see, I'm just copying and pasting the different mouths and doing tweaks to it to make different mouth positions. You could draw them over and over again. That's up to you, because when it comes to art, everybody gonna develop their own process. But remember one thing: this is a different style of art from drawing with a pen and paper or a stylus and a screen. This is vector art. So you gotta if you choose to draw in this style, you gotta deal with a different mind state. This is like more like sculpting, a lot of copying and pasting and sculpting. You see the tools I'm using from the left side of the screen. I'm moving points around and shaping points. And that's how I draw with the vector style. It's a totally different style. It's not like drawing with a stylus or a pen and paper or pencil and paper. With this, it's more like sculpting. You sculpting and moving points around. You working with shapes and lines. I mean, if you know how to draw, you're gonna know how to do this. And if you don't know how to draw, you just watch my tutorials and you're gonna learn a few things. Cause this is not only an animation tutorial, it's a drawing tutorial. And yeah, so basically, I'm making a bunch of different mouth positions, which are called phonemes. The different mouth positions are called phonemes. And there's about 8 basic phonemes, but you could get away with less than that. You don't have to draw 8. You could draw like 5. You see, I got the mouth at rest. I got the B sound, the V sound, and the F sound. The V and the F is like the same. The L sound is the one right there with the tongue. Right now I'm drawing the O sound. Then you got the B and the M sound. That's the same. And then you got the A and the E and the I. Those are almost about the same. So you can get away with like about 5, 6 different phonemes. Put all of those in a switch layer and sync your audio file with that switch layer. And then you can do some automatic lip syncing. It won't be 100% perfect, but it's going to look good enough to get away as a solo animator. And it's going to speed up your workflow tremendously. Now, if you got a team and you got somebody strictly dedicated to lip syncing and that's their job, then you can focus on making your lip syncing precise and manually sync every phoneme with every syllable and sound that the character is making within a voice file. But if you got those type of resources, that's a great thing. But for y'all solo animators that want to speed up the process, that's working on a budget, and y'all just trying to learn something new, and y'all got a story to tell, and y'all want to express it through 2D animation, just peep my workflow, and y'all gonna learn a few things, And y'all can also go to my website, cherriesandbunions.com, and I got a free ebook on there. You don't gotta give me no email or nothing. You can just read it directly off the website, and it shows you everything you need to become a solo animator. And I also got my movie on sale up on there, and it's not for kids. It's an adult movie. It got all type of X-rated adult content in it. It's a 2D animation. It's called Stinky and Taco. Y'all can purchase that movie on my website, cherriesandbunions.com. And I'm also going to be putting some music from some artists of mine, some producers and hip-hop artists on the website. And you can also go to my website, Cherries and Bunions, and get beats from Chiron Jupiter. I got free beats up on there. If you want to spit some rhymes, you could download some free beats and get your spit on. You know what I'm saying? So don't say I never did nothing for y'all. I got all type of goodies for y'all on my website, cherriesandbunions.com. I got some of my videos on there. Like I said, I got the free ebook. I got my movie on sale. I got free beats, and I got beats you could purchase also. And this channel is going to be going in all type of crazy directions because it's all about radical art. You dig? That's what type of time we on over here. We on a journey, on a mission to get this here popping right here, you dig? So, right now, you see I put all the mouths in, all those mouth positions, I put them in a switch layer. And you see I got that on his face, and all you can see is one layer at a time. And I'm that mouth I used as a reference is to the right of the panel and the drawing panel. I'm just adding some specks of hair on his face, cause he's he got show like a shadow of a beard. Cause you always wanna enhance your art. That's the mentality of an artist. One thing I'm gonna tell you. Animation is a time-consuming but therapeutic activity, Art is the portal to alternate universes, you dig? That's why it's important to delve into the arts. Cause when you dealing with 2D animation or drawing, you enter in alternate realities. See, that's him rendered right there. That's my guy rendered. That's the reference mouth that I use from the Moho Pro library. So I'ma just I got rid of that. That's not important right there. And then I'm gonna show y'all him talking and all that. So that's the let's see here. I'm importing the audio file and y'all check it out from here. Yo, check out my website, cherriesandbunions.com, and watch the rest of this video, and I'm going to show you him talking in action and doing facial expressions. Peace. Hey, Spanky, bring me a 40 of OE and a bag of sweet chili Doritos. Hey, Spanky, bring me a 40 of OE and a bag of sweet chili Doritos. Me a 40 of OE and hey, Spanky, bring me a 40 of OE and a bag of sweet chili Doritos.